What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shuggy from Shook Earth Media, and today we're talking about The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 14. This is called The Rotten Core. Now, last week, I really liked the last episode. We kind of have this unique to the show storyline where we have some Commonwealth soldiers acting really shady. We had this interesting villain who was a former CIA guy who was forced out of retirement, so to speak, from his job. He was forced to become the CIA agent again after spending a lot of time in the Commonwealth trying to get people to join them and help people in general. And then he's doing all this shady stuff. So I really liked the setup last week. This episode is pretty much half wrapping up that situation and half setting up a new conflict with Daryl and Rosita and the Milton's son and all of that. And we got Mercer involved there. And as much as I like this plot line here, I must say that in this episode, I think that the Daryl Rosita side of things ended up being a little stronger. I wasn't really. I mean, how they end this up it has satisfying moments, but there's a lot of bits of it that I was like, I just wanted a little bit more from it, you know. And it feels like mostly a budget constrained thing because I thought we were gonna be dropping in to a lot of action this episode, and honestly, it's a little short on the action side of things. But I will say I do like this new villain. Spoiler alert: he is gone by the end of the episode, and I do. It was a satisfying ending, and we get the bookends. We get the first shot of the episode is him looking at these people he threw over the roof. And then the end of the episode is him falling off the roof and getting eaten by all these people. So, you know, a good karma, comeuppance kind of thing. It's kind of classic Walking Dead. So, you know, I like that idea there. I just wish that we had a bit more in the middle, because we have a lot of, like, dead time where there's, you know, just talking going on. Which, you know, you need to do that for TV and budgets and everything. But, you know, I'm just like, why are they just kind of milling about? Why aren't they searching room by room at this point? And you know, we hear firefights going on, but we never really see them. So you know, we get our characters kind of wandering around. We get you know, our guys in the safe house portion, the little hidey hole, cubby hole thing that they made, and we get them talking a lot. But, you know, we get this conversation with Hornsby, and I'm really liking what's going on with Hornsby here. We'll get back to him, but I really wanted more out of this scenario. We've got them going through the hallways with their guns up. We hear gunfights going on, but, you know, it feels like we should be dropping right into action, but we don't really. We just kind of just talk about doing stuff. And it's like they were sitting there for hours. And I'm like, why are these soldiers taking so long to search room by room? It feels like it's just a methodical thing. And, you know, it should have never let up, you know? But anyways, I do like seeing Daryl trying to deal with the whole cop situation. He sticks out like a sore thumb. He really does not feel like a natural police officer to me. Maybe that's just because, you know, season 1 Daryl, picturing him being a cop is like the funniest thing. I just have trouble seeing it, you know. So it's a square peg round hole thing, and I'm liking it. You know, and that Carol and them, that's an important setup for later, which I do have a logical issue with, and we'll get back to that as well. But you know, when this part of the episode started, I was like, do we really need this? Honestly, I would have been happy if the full episode was just dedicated to the other storyline and we got more of the action and stuff like that. But, you know, I end up liking the storyline better, so I can understand, you know, why it needed something else. You know, we're finding this lady who apparently Negan is married to, which, like, it doesn't feel like it's been that long to really make that kind of relationship, but I guess things get expedited in the apocalypse. I mean, that kind of makes sense. But this whole scenario, you know, it's okay. Like, and they have this little hidey hole, and it's fine, but we'll get back to it. But, of course, they do the standoff situation where the guys, they're searching the room. They're about to find the fucking hiding space, and then the people on the roof distract them. We've had this scene in The Walking Dead so many multiple times in the past year. World Beyond, I remember distinctly. In season 2, it's like episode 3 or 4 or something. They're at the artist community. They're hiding behind this tapestry. The Colonel lady is about to find them. They're ready to pounce on her. And then she gets called away by the radio last second. I don't want to see the scene ever again. It's not a question of, like, I don't want to see it so often. At this point, I never want to see this scene again. Just make them find the room. Or don't even have them come in here. I don't know, man. I think this new character, Negan's wife thing, I don't know, man. I need to know more about that before I'm, like, can pass judgment on it, I guess. Then we get this little shit. And he's Milton's son, and I do like how we give him a little bit more storylines. He's got his own agenda. He wants people to get him money, and he's hiring these desperate people to do that, people in debt and such, and it's a good storyline. I'm liking the setup here, and they have to go into this house to steal him some money, and all of that, and they got to use the guts trick. And, you know, I like that Daryl gets a little rowdy. I think that this is one of the most Daryl thing that's happened in a while. He's kind of softened up in a lot of ways, but he still has this in him, you know, like, you threaten the kids, the people he cares about, this is going to come out. So I like that this escalated to that point. It's not logical, but then again, Daryl's also the guy who, you know, wanted to fight back against Negan and got Glenn killed ultimately. So it's totally in character with him. So it all fits. And we're in this house. And this lady was still here from a previous attempt to get the money. And she's just kind of a red shirt who just dies dramatically in the scene. And, you know, part of me was like, maybe the mystery would have been a little better if there wasn't anybody still alive. And they had a different action scene get out, but they wanted to have a big zombie killing fight scene on the way out of this house. So they have her in it so that she can die, so that the rest of the characters have to fight instead of using the guts trick. Whereas, you know, I feel like this point, survivors, they would be like, okay, we'll just let them trickle in one at a time, you know, and we'll just kill them all. If you're going to do that, that's the more efficient way to do it, but they end up killing them all in not an efficient and safe way. But yeah, we got Negan here, and I'm liking the stuff with Negan and, like, Lydia, and later Herschel comes in, and I'm liking all that stuff. I just, you know, we got all these cast members, these big characters, and they're just hiding, and we're talking about stuff. I mean, we're 18 minutes into the episode, and there's, like, no action going on. So yeah, and then we have this heart-to-heart with Maggie and Negan's new wife. And Negan's new wife is trying to convince her, like, oh, because this is when Herschel shows up. Her son, Herschel, Glenn's son, Herschel, apparently stowed away in the truck with them. Which I'm like, I feel like, based on the scene we got last week, that wouldn't, like, they would have noticed him get in the trunk. I don't know. Just the logistics of that playing out, I'm like, I don't know. But I don't mind him being there. I actually like this, but, you know, this little heart-to-heart falls very flat when she's like, oh, yeah, Negan killed, you know, Herschel's father, Glenn, and then she's like, yeah, he told me, he's a good man now, and it's like, bitch, you've known him for, like, 2 months. No offense, but what the fuck do you know about Negan? Bro, literally, Maggie knows more about Negan. And, you know, this, I feel like we're setting up for the spinoff now that we know that that's a thing. And it's just like, dude, I don't want Maggie to ever really accept Negan. Like, it just doesn't feel right. At least not fully. Like, maybe tolerate is one thing, but to, like, be on his side and be like, yeah, he's a good guy now. No, never forget, you know? And no offense, but I question your judge of character. Yeah, we've all had to do shady things. But literally, you don't know Negan, okay? You think you do, you fucking don't, okay? That's all I'm saying. I don't know how I feel about that lady, but I guess we'll find out more. It feels like we should have known a little bit more before that. And then we have the standoff where Herschel finds out, or figures out that Negan is the one who killed his father in this little standoff thing. He's a child actor, so I'm not going to be too harsh, but the acting didn't really come off authentic to me, but I like the writing, and I appreciate the standoff situation and the vengeance. It makes sense, and I feel like we should have some closure on that at some point. So I like that standoff. And then we get, this is one of the more fun scenes in the episode, where Daryl's trying to restart this generator, and then the zombies all come in. Now, I like the cinematography, and it's one of the more intense scenes in the episode. We get some, he's got a bat, and it's fun, it's got flickering lights, so I appreciate that. I'm not sure why he's, like, taking the armor off, because I thought the whole armor, the point of it is that it's, like, makes you harder to get bitten, and zombies might, like, slide off. But I do like that he uses the spikes in the fight. That's cool. But part of me is like, where did all these zombies come from? Why didn't he notice them before? Why did it take only this, like, it was him walking around wasn't enough for them to notice him. It was only when he started to fiddle with the lights that they paid attention. And, like, with the lights come on, yeah, but why would they go to him first? Wouldn't they just be going towards the light? That's what they're attracted to. But I'm overthinking it, and they just wanted a fun zombie scene, and that's fine. But yeah, he boots up the generator, they get in the room. And, I like the whole storyline where it's like, they sent other people here before. And here, Mercer and Carol show up. And I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. Like, yeah, Carol and Daryl had a lunch date set up and all of that. How would she know where the fuck they are now? How would she know that, oh, that house specifically? I'm assuming that they talked to the guys out there. But how would they know that those guys would know where they are? I don't know how they got to be here, to be honest. And that really bugged me. Just a little bit of dialogue would have been okay, like, oh, we heard from these guys, we asked the chief where you were and all that, and I don't know. But then we get the guts sneaking out scene, and then I'm thinking of, like, oh, it's kind of funny that now when we do the gut scene, like, there's almost no guts on their face, and it's a lot cleaner than it used to be. Maybe that's just for, like, ease of shooting, but it just doesn't come off as well when, like, their faces are not, I mean, like, we had the Gabriel thing, so we don't want it in our eyes, right? But I just feel like it's not enough guts to be really viable, at least in comparison with older seasons and how it used to look. So that's a small thing. And another small thing, since I forgot to mention it earlier, when they're talking on the radios, if you've ever used a radio for work or anything, you know that, like, you can't interrupt somebody on the radio, because then it just becomes this garbled mess. You got to wait for them to be done talking before you start talking. And the weird thing is that the people writing this, they have to know that, because they use radios filming shows all the time. We use those exact walkie-talkies. That's probably where they get them. They probably just grab a extra walkie from, the set department, the people, just the extra walkies laying around. I don't think they buy prop specific radios. So they know this, but they do it wrong anyway. Anyways, now 30 minutes into the episode, they're finally searching. I don't know what they were waiting for. I don't know who they were fighting. There was, like, shooting going on. Again, it just feels like stalling so that we don't have to show any real action scenes in the budget, and we can just, like, get it done faster. That's what it feels like to me. And, I know the budget is not, like, it's not the biggest budget show in the world, and I wouldn't expect them to increase the budget at this point. But, if you got to do these low budget things, it's like we got to change how we do the storylines. I don't know. It just felt like a lot of stalling in this episode. And then they're hiding in a fire escape. Like, they're searching this apartment building, but did they search this floor already? Like, why didn't they search this door that they were in? I don't know, man. Like, they're going door by door, right? Aren't they going to search every room? And then we get that standoff scene I mentioned earlier, and I'm so fucking sick. Never show this scene again. Seriously, never show this scene again. I never want to see it again. Ugh. And then we're up on the roof, and we have this. It's another kind of sloppy showdown, really. And it's a shame because it's the final, like, was their plan to distract them and bring them up? I don't even know why they're on the roof at this point. And their plan was to let them give themselves ample opportunity to get shot. I don't know why this guy wouldn't just shoot Aaron and Gabriel. He's tried to kill both of them and arrest both of them. I don't know why he wouldn't just shoot on sight, you know. So, you know, it's kind of a sloppy final showdown in my opinion. But I do like how he gets his comeuppance by getting eaten by the people he threw off the roof. That's cool. And then we get the tail end of this storyline, and they give the money to these guys, and I guess these guys are working for Milton's son, whose name I'm forgetting right now, but Mercer here decides to shoot them, and I don't know, it just feels a little out of character. I guess it's corruption, so he can't get them arrested for a crime because they would just walk, right? Or that would just upset the Milton family. Is that what it is? Or... So, I don't know. He's taking steps into his own hands. I guess this will feed into, in the comics, Mercer ends up kind of sympathizing with the rebels. And he's kind of on our side in terms of a coup. Not our side, but certain characters in the cast are going to support a coup. And, of course, in the comic, Rick decidedly was against a coup. But, you know, I'm sure we're going to have a version of that storyline here. But, yeah, he kills them, brings the money back, and we talk to Milton. Milton pays them. And, you know, I like the way Daryl's acting in this scene and all of that. It's very true to his character. And then we get this final ticker scene here where we got Hornsby, and he's kind of revealing that he was in on the whole getting Milton's son money thing. So everything shady going on in the Commonwealth, he's got his hands in. He was relieved when they got the money. So clearly this is his goal, and he tries to pitch it as he was trying to help the people that he sent to them because they were in debt and they had all these issues, and those issues were gonna go away if they were able to do this thing. So, you know, the morality play and the themes here coming out pretty strong. So I'm liking that, and this villain character is really cool. I'm really curious to see what his plan is. There has got to be some big reveals coming in. I wonder if it has to do with the CRM, if he's got a connection with them. I'm really curious about where it's going with his character, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And now we got Negan talking to Herschel, and that is the end of the episode. He's basically like, yeah, when you're older, come find me, we'll get closure. And I like that little ending. And then we get the final twist at the end, and this I could like really do without. They're like, who stole the guns? It's fucking Leia. We already knew that she was definitely coming back this season. I didn't necessarily think of her for this because I just really am sick of seeing her at this point. And no offense to the actress, you know. She's doing fine. And actually, like, I was watching this, I was like, she's pretty jacked. She went to work out for this role, so I appreciate that. But yeah, so that's my opinion on this episode. I don't know how Leia stealing the guns is really, like, are the Reapers making a comeback? I feel like it was just her and one other guy? Or no, he died. Everybody else died, I think, so it's just her. I don't know what her having a bunch of guns is going to do for the storyline, but it is what it is. So we get this, this scene we got in the flash forward happens next week. So we got 2 more episodes left of this part. So I'm assuming it's like a 2-part finale. At least I'm hoping. So we got stuff next week with Connie, figuring out more stuff about the Commonwealth. So I'm looking forward to next week. So basically, in general, I'm just a little underwhelmed by how this storyline turned out because I really enjoyed it. And it felt like it had more potential. But, you know, it is what it is. It wasn't terrible. So I'm not going to complain too much. I just feel like there was a lot more potential for this storyline than was actually capitalized on. But I did like the half of the episode dealing with Milton and Daryl and Rosita and all them. That was cool. But I had my criticisms here and there. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Overall, it's a decent episode. So not as good as last week, but, you know, it's decent. And I'm excited to see how this part ends. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Hope to hear from you. And thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Definitely sub for more Walking Dead content. Like if you like, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out.